What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Anon here, and it's time for this week's distribution update. Interesting time here. We're kind of between sets. Pitch Black just came out in pre release. Magic, Hobbit allocations are about halfway done, but there's really not a whole heck of a lot else going on. But we'll go through here very, very quickly. Let's see. Dragon Ball. I don't think there's anything to top Dragon Ball. No. Yeah, nothing here. FB 11 comes out at some point. I think it's in August or September. Nothing to see there. Final Fantasy. Next set for Final Fantasy is coming out here at the end of the month. 8/7, actually. Should be good. Again, this is sort of kind of the anniversary set. I thought it was the same for the last one, but I guess there's going to be some sort of reprints in here. I just pay a little bit of attention to it. I know it's the last couple sets have performed reasonably well. Journey to Discovery, not great. Well, I shouldn't say not great. It's still 25%, 30% above release price, but these products do not drop below distro price, at least not for very long. So it's worth paying attention to that. Flesh and Blood. I think there's a new Flesh and Blood set that's coming out. Usurp the Shadow Throne. 9/25 is D-Day for LSS. I can only imagine that the orders for distribution are going to be 50% of what they were for the last couple sets. It's on its last legs. That's all I'll say, at least in North America. Godzilla. I have not heard what comes next after these sleeves. Not a whole lot of these ordered at all. We ordered, I think, 100 of them just to have. I kind of like Godzilla. There is a new movie coming out here in the near future. So whether that drives anybody whatsoever to this or not, it remains to be seen. So Gundam, everybody's favorite game, at least mine. So EBO one's out. It's super, super short printed. The box price is like $130. The case price is like $1,600, $1,700. I'm hoping the case price comes down a little bit because, quite honestly, I'd like to buy a few. I think I only have 2 that I'm sitting on now. But with GD05, which is Freedom Ascension, this is the anniversary set. It's going to be an absolute banger. Looks like Wave 1 is approximately 80% of what Wave 1 was for Set 4, Phantom Aria, but the second wave is going to be about twice the size of Phantom Aria. So net, the overall print run of this set, it's about 20% to 25% higher than the last one, which quite honestly feels about right. I'm sure the sell-through is going to be absolutely astronomical. So pay attention to this, because if this starts to move and this set starts to perform, there's going to be a lot of interest going into the prior sets. New Type Rising is a $400 box. Set 4 Phantom Aria is probably a couple weeks away from being in the 130s, 140s, 150s. It's drying up very, very quickly. Hololive, nothing here. We do have the summer set, but coming out relatively soon. But it does, unfortunately, it doesn't come out until September 25th. Little waifu-y, so that's certainly of interest. My Little Pony, I don't know if I talked about this or not, but we have the Nightmare set, which is Halloween, and Hearthwarming, which is Christmas set coming out, which quite honestly look like they're going to be pretty cool. I like holiday themed sets. And then we have the second booster set coming out on August 7th as well. So a couple weeks from now. Let's see. One Piece, let's hit this real quick. I have 0 allocations from OP17 as of now. It's coming out 8/28. It still is. It's a little too soon. We're probably 3 weeks away from having something. And as I mentioned before, it does look like the amount of product that Southern and PhD got was extremely modest compared to what everybody's fear was, in which case the overall amount of supply of the product would double. It looks like it might be up 15 to 20%. Now, again, OP17, generally speaking, the holiday set, the anniversary sets, I should say, receive about double the print run of the normal sets. So we'll see what happens over the next couple weeks. Shard Bugs, I do want to mention this because it does look like these guys are just about sold out with every set at Southern, which is kind of interesting. It's all mentioned about that. Unit Arena. Looks like we have the Pretty Derby booster box. This is most likely worth buying. The IP is absolutely insane right now. There is a second Weiss set of this coming out. The first Weiss set's performing reasonably well, but I would certainly pay attention to this because I do think it's going to perform reasonably well. Oh, let's see. Let's go to Yu-Gi-Oh real quick. So we have Chaos Origins is now in its second week. The boxes are holding strong at like $77, which for a Yu-Gi-Oh set is absolutely fantastic. The new Starlight Rares, I think they're new. They're sitting $500, $600, $700. So you actually have big boy chase cards in the set. So it looks like these things are going to do, if they stay the course, it's going to do well. I think this Blazing Dominion, let me just check very quickly here. I think Blazing Dominion is doing well also, or maybe it's Battle of Glorious Gallery. Just give me 1 second here. I'm actually at my computer, so this works. So Blazing Dominion, it's not Blazing Dominion because this was the set before everything changed. It is, yeah. Battles of Legend, and those are $60 also. So the two sets before Chaos Origins are sitting right around distro price. Chaos Origins, again, is performing reasonably well. And then Don't Sleep on Magnificent Monsters coming out September 4th. This is going to have the first serialized cards. I'm telling you, Dark Wizard, Blue Eyes White Dragon, they're going to be $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. These are going to perform extremely well. Just be aware, pay attention to it. You don't have to participate, but if you do carry or follow multiple games, it is getting interesting here because they are making the changes that they need to make, unlike LSS, which is still a flaming bag of shit. I had to throw that in there. And then moving to Weiss, we do have the second Pretty Derby. I'm not even trying to say it because I don't really give a shit. Set coming out in November. Again, the first one's performing reasonably well. We do have the Nikki Volume 2 set coming out. It does look like Bushi is completely sold out with their supply of this. It is... Weiss has traditionally been print to demand, but with these larger sets, they are not printing to demand. They're printing a fixed amount, and they are running out, which is why with Nikki Volume 1, we did see a reprint of the first edition. I'm not sure we see that here because we do have the autograph rares for the first time in the history of English, which is going to be really, really cool. Oh, I missed League of Legends. So, Riftbound. So I do want to talk about this. So Vendetta comes out in a couple weeks, and it looks like the allocations are tighter across the board. So hopefully these guys got their act together. They didn't ship as much product to the U.S. market. I did just get a restock of Unleashed a couple weeks ago. Unleashed is like a $100 booster box. Nobody wants a $100 booster box because it's not profitable for an LGS, and nobody's going to buy it to collect or invest because, quite honestly, the price point is it's a little bit too low, which is a little counterintuitive. But we are seeing Origins move up. We're seeing Spirit Forge move up. And again, this is what I've been saying for weeks. There is a very healthy player base. There's healthy demand. What they can't do is smash another couple reprints and make that go away the same way that LSS did with its collectors and investors, because once you only have players, you're dead, because eventually players move on to other games and you don't have the financial backing, because quite honestly, players don't spend nearly as much money as the other two corners of the triangle. Just is what it is. Lorcana. We didn't talk about Lorcana. We'll talk about this real quick. Attack of the Vines is coming out in 2 weeks. The boxes are absolutely crazy. Everybody wants it. Nobody can get it. all of a sudden everybody, shockingly, everybody wants their boxes at the LGS, or I should say in organized play. What's going to be interesting here? So the pre-release price is $228 as we sit today. What's going to be interesting here is how much has organic demand for Lorcana picked up in the local game store, or is this all just a function of speculation on TCG Player? If that's the case, these prices are going to go right back down because everybody at the LGS that is now taking their attack of the vine, they're going to race to the bottom on TCG Player because that's what dumbass Timmy stores do. But again, if they can't sell it locally for some semblance of profit, it's going to get dumped on TCG Player, and Lorcana is going to be back to square one. And quite honestly, it is disturbing now that there's finally interest in a game that was quite honestly dying. That they would make the idiotic decision to leak, then unleak, and then fess up that they have a collector booster box coming right after Star Wars Unlimited self-imploded due to making a collector product. Can't make this shit up. I have zero faith in the Ravensburger folks. Hopefully they prove me wrong. It would be great for everybody in the industry if we had another super healthy game. But we'll see. So let's do Pokemon next, because there's not a whole heck of a lot with Pokemon. We've already talked 30th celebration to death. We did get wave 2 of Prismatic, my God, Perfect Order and Chaos Rising booster boxes are shipping currently Friday, Monday, Tuesday, pretty much from everywhere. And we're also getting wave 2 of Pitch Black, which is very interesting because wave 2 is coming, at least for ETBs and 3-pack blisters, before release from a couple distributors. I have not heard anything about booster boxes yet, but I would imagine that the booster boxes are going to be right behind it. I am guessing the Pokemon Company really want to clear the deck on all of this outstanding product before 30th anniversary hits. And then you're dealing with 13 products in 2 waves, and then Mini Tin 1 and Mega Force Tin 2 and Illustration Collection 3. Oh, also, the First Partner Illustration Collection Series 2, Wave 2 is also shipping with the Perfect Order and Chaos Rising booster boxes. So that is coming out as well. Other than that, there's not a whole heck of a lot. There were a couple spoilers for the Rayquaza set. Storm Emeralda, I guess, is the Japanese name. Deltarane's English, but it does look like that is going to be most likely the best, or tied with Phantasmal Flames, for the best standard Mega Evolution set to date. That is the November 8th, I believe the date is, release date. I don't think they've come out with it officially in English, but it's going to be because they've come out with it officially in Japanese. It's going to be banger. It really is. And then remember, we have the Lucario. The Lucario set is going to be Mega 7. Yes, because Rayquaza's 5. No, Rayquaza's 6. Pitch Black is 5. Rayquaza's 6. Lucario 7. Then we have 7.5 specialty set. And then 8, 9, 10. We have a trademark for a Team Rocket set, potentially. We have a Mega X Mega trademark, which could be Mega Team Up. 2027 is going to be absolutely nuts. So the folks out there that seem to think that the hype's going to die down after 30th anniversary, good luck. Good luck, because it's just one hit after another. They just keep making good products. So, all right, let's finish on Magic here. So we do have 3 of the 5 distributors have allocated Hobbit. So far, it does look like the allocations are reasonably tighter than what Marvel was. The play boxes are down. The collector boxes are down. I don't want to say substantially, but probably 20 to 25%, especially on larger accounts. Draft nights seem like they're up. The bundles are way up. There are a lot of bundles for this, which is probably why we didn't get many for the last couple sets, because there's going to be a lot. And then the scene boxes seem like they're fairly standard. I know there's some folks that think that the collector boxes are going to come down and crash. I got news for you. The Marvel collector boxes are sticking right just under $500. These are going to be $700 at release. And I have a hard time believing they're going to dip far below $700, if at all. Same with the play boxes. I mean, they're going to be, 150 plus the entire time. And it's just going to be what it's going to be. So, get used to it. Everybody's going to want the set. The amount of product at distribution is certainly throttled. Now, I would anticipate a second wave of play after release. I'm sure they're going to dump the shit out of collector boxes on Amazon, because that's just what they do at this point. They're just fucking scummy. Scummy from the standpoint that they like to just strangle distribution in LGSs a little bit, kind of like they did with the Codex bundle. But it is reasonably smart business practice. So moving on, we talked Reality Fracture. We talked about the Foundation's Commander deck sets on 7/17, which I believe is that Friday? I think that's Friday. 7/17 is Friday. I believe it is MagicCon Amsterdam. And it looks like they're going to spoil the in-universe sets for 2027, which again, in a email from myself to myself, it looks like it's going to be New Capenna. Zellier? Is that how you pronounce it? It's basically the Mirage Africa theme, and Kaldheim is what I'm told. We'll see what that looks like. I don't know if they're going to touch Universes Beyond. It's way too early in the year for that, quite honestly. But then expect to see a lot of spoilers for Star Trek. Quite honestly, Star Trek is going to be a large set, and I think they're going to make it a banger. Just because the IP is a little bit on the weaker side, they do have to make a much stronger set. And given the ridiculous success of Edge of Eternities, space sets do well. They just do. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for now. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, and we'll see you next week.